All right, we're back in the break room, brothers and sisters, with TWU Local 555. Again, thank you so much for subscribing. Thanks for listening all week. This is our Getting to Know Your Committee series with your Safety and Health Committee. I'm Eric Peterson from PDX Ops, Communications Director for the Local. When we wrapped up the last episode, we were talking about the hot button issues, some of the wins that this committee's got, and how they're continuing to work on the ones they haven't got wins on yet. We're just going to keep that thread going today on how the committee deals with the concerns you have in your stations and some of the ways they think outside the box to get them answered and fixed. We'll do that next in the break room. I want to jump in on something that Karl and Steve and I have talked about privately, and this would be another win, and that is how this committee thinks outside the box in terms of how they can serve our members more. Karl, I know you love talking about this, so I'm going to let, because Steve's probably not going to talk about it without you talking him into it.
No, Steve won't brag on himself, but we can do that for him. It was many years ago. We had lightning questions, and Steve lives in Michigan. Steve's a great researcher online, and Steve started thinking outside the box. Let me reach out to some of these professors at the University of Michigan. And he just looked them up online, found who the professor of meteorology was, something like that, and he just sends him an email and poses questions about our work in the elements. These professors, I think they get all excited that, hey, somebody's interested in what we teach.
Oh, it's
Holy
peak
smokes.
nerd, yeah.
Yeah, and this is somebody not just trying to get a grade. This is somebody asking to better themselves, better their work group. Steve has reached out to many
academics.
Yes, thank you, sorry. Many academics out in the field on various topics, and most recently it has been about lightning. I'll let Steve get into it more, but he's reached out to professors at University of Michigan, University of Alabama, some universities in Texas, Purdue. There's a myriad of professors that he's reached out to where we can then present the company with an argument that, hey, you really need to start looking and paying attention to this, because even the academics that have nothing to do with our operation, they agree that this is a hazard.
It was simply, I didn't have the information and I didn't trust the information that we were being provided. Because of that, I thought, who better to ask than the people that taught those people? We did the same thing with a radiation issue we had. We reached out to the gentleman at Purdue. The gentleman at Purdue, he gave me an answer. I would have had to have been in one of his more advanced classes to understand it. But I then reached back out to him and said, okay, thank you for your time, but I don't understand that. Can you dumb it down for me? He did. He brought it back down to a simpler language.
I reach out to folks, IBEW members, which are our electrician brothers, reach out to our TW brothers at American. At United, there's some Teamsters guys, safety guys that I know that I reach out to them, and they're in the same position I'm in here. Steve and I and our committee are in here, but for different carriers. And I just bounce off of them, hey, how are you guys working with this issue? And just bounce ideas. And they do the same. They reach out to us, hey, man, were you guys facing this at Southwest? What have you done? We have, internal and external resources that we use to get information and to try to see how others have navigated some of these hazards and issues as they come up.
And I think we had talked the other day about what can the members do to help us help them.
Oh, you're stealing my last line, bro.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to get to there in like 2 minutes. You read my cards.
I didn't read that one on there. What I was going to say is one of the things that members can do is they can, basically I was going to say, like, we've had people see things that other carriers are doing in the field, and they've submitted those pictures to us. We can turn those into headquarters and say, we see other carriers doing this in Phoenix. You guys are looking for a solution to a problem. Americans doing it. What about this?
Well, I like to say, even though people make a joke about the internet, it's a vast wealth of information that you can literally find anything you need to find there. And for me, when I hear people say, well, I heard it on the internet, kind of like a joke, for me it's like, well, that would make as much sense as saying 40 years ago, well, I found it in the library. Isn't that where people went for information?
That's right. 30-second answer. Tops. Karl. If somebody has a safety concern, what should they do?
File a safety report on SWA Life and reach out to one of our committee members.
To expand on that, it's the same thing. All you have to do is you reach out to any of us on the committee, or there is a safety at TWU555.org email address. And if you reach out to there, we'll get it and we can respond.
Safety at TWU555.org is that email address. Randy Smith from Phoenix, how can the members help you help them as a part of this Safety and Health Committee?
By following through. That is the one thing that most people are not willing to do, and that is what the company as a whole is betting on.
Dina Enders from Las Vegas, same question. What can the members do to help you help them?
Just report it as soon as possible. Have the documentation, take pictures if you need to.
Coach Hilton from Pittsburgh, Dan Hilton.
Follow the GOM. Follow the rules. Do work to the rule, and everything be taken care of from after that.
Thanks, Coach. Rudy Del Real, Midway.
Yes, like how the membership could help us help them is like we talked about, just like the safety reports, just submit the safety reports. Don't be afraid to put your name. Like Steve said, if it's anonymous, we won't get it. We also, just so the members know, if you attach pictures or videos, the union doesn't get it as well. So that's something that you could reach out to a committee member, maybe forward us the pictures, the videos, just give us some more information. But yes, that's how they can help us help them.
Steve Riley, co-chair of the Safety and Health Committee. How can the members help you help them?
I think to go further, it's just to document. And if you see something in the field that it looks like it could be valuable to us, let us know, and we can certainly try to bring that up at a meeting that we have over at headquarters. If it's in use by another airline, obviously talk to those folks that you see out in the field and ask them, how does it work? And if it's something they like, bring it to us, and we can always try and move it forward.
District 2 Representative and co-chair of the Safety Committee, Karl Mauger. You know what I'm going to ask.
I think the best way our members can help us help them is to stay engaged, educate yourself on information that's sent out by our local, educate yourself on the GOM, and the Ground Ops Manual, when followed, will get you more help, will get you more assistance, and will keep you safe, because the policies and procedures in place are there to protect us and for us to operate and to run a good business. It's when we deviate from those that things start to happen, and I would say management will turn a blind eye until something happens. But once something happens, hey, Steve Riley, weren't you trained on this? So that it would be thrown back at you that you're not following the GOM. That's why this happened to you. So really take advantage of the policies that are in place to protect us. The GOM, the I2P2, which is the Injury Illness Prevention Plan, that is a company policy. You can research that on SWA Life. Injury Illness Prevention Plan. And just peruse that, read that. There's a lot of great information in there to keep all of our members safe while at work.
And look out for each other.
Am I my brother's keeper?
There you go. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. There is a lot of experience on this committee. I am so happy to be able to talk with you and for just to get you for this amount of time to share this information. And you did a great job in explaining what you do, what you've done for them, what you're going to do for them. Go ahead, Karl.
And one last thing, I just want to thank our committee. This is a very passionate group of individuals.
Absolutely.
That are all about safety and the labor movement. And just as everybody here has said, we want everybody to come to work in one piece and go home in one piece.
Thank you so much, Karl Mauger, Steve Riley, Rudy Del Real, Coach Dan Hilton, Dina Enders, and Randy Smith, your Safety and Health Committee in the break room. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Part 5 of 5 with your Safety and Health Committee is in the books. You can go back and listen to all of our Getting to Know series so far in the break room, starting with your district reps and the Your Committee series, Education, Negotiating, Veterans, Flock, Future Leaders, Organizing Committee, and now Safety and Health. 5 down, 5 to go. We hope you've gained some insight from them, shared them, talked about them, engaged with them. It's why they do it. For you, for us, for all of us. United, invincible. Thank you again for listening. Again, subscribe and share, talk about it. Follow us on social media at TWU Local 555. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Our website is twu555.org. You can email the Safety Committee, safety@twu555.org. And for your Safety and Health Committee, co-chairs Karl Mauger from Tampa, Steve Riley from Detroit, and members Rudy D. Real from Midway, Dina Enders from Las Vegas, Dan Hilton from Pittsburgh, and Randy Smith from Phoenix. I'm Eric Peterson, Communications Director for the Local. Stay educated, involved, and informed.